It is always a pleasure to be here. This is the game that decides the 2014 Reach for the Top National Championship. We have Martingrove from Ontario versus London from Ontario. Good luck to both teams. Let's start in with snappers. What was the nationality of 19th century philosopher James Frederick? Mark.
German.
No. Ferrier or Ferrier.
Was he French?
No, he was Scottish. What is the capital of Bulgaria?
Sofia.
Correct. What is the Spanish word for school? Jake.
Escuela.
C. Correct. Which American president is credited with the following quote, "I would have made a good pope"? Jake.
Andrew Jackson.
No.
Kennedy?
No, Nixon. Which Irish playwright wrote The Importance of Being...
Wild.
Pardon me?
Wild.
Yes. Importance of Being Earnest is Oscar Wilde. What is the national motto of Switzerland? Paul.
Like, we have cantons.
No. London?
We don't like fighting other Europeans.
No. One for all and all for one. What am I question for 40? Clue A, I am a small country in Europe. What am I for 40? Andrew.
Luxembourg.
I am not. Martin Grove?
Monaco.
No. For 30, I gained independence in 1278 from the crown of Aragon. What am I for 30, Merlin?
Belgium.
I am not.
Andorra?
I am... Oh, yes, I am Andorra. Well done. 30 points. I was still stuck on Switzerland. Who am I question for 40? Many of my works have been widely published. The most famous quote attributed to me is, "Truth and love must prevail over lies and hate." Who am I for 40? No, clear for 30. I was actively involved in drafting the so-called Charter 77. This made me unpopular with the government of my communist home country. Who am I for?
Solzhenitsyn.
I am not for 30, Martin Grove. Answer, please.
Kamenev?
No, for 20. After my death in 2011, former Polish President Lech Walesa called me a great fighter for the freedom of nations and democracy. Who am I for 30, or for 20, pardon me? Either team?
Boutsen.
No. Martin Grove? No, for 10. After helping bring...
Havel.
It's correct for 10, well done. Paul, you've been going with your gut all day, it's been working apparently. And I swear I did not pick this next category, but I'm very delighted to tell you it's game show hosts. Here we go, question 1. Canadian Howie Mandel hosted which?
Deal or No Deal.
Correct. Pat Sajak is the host of...
Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, he is, but who is the hostess?
Vanna White.
Hold on, it's the same question, so we gotta go over here.
Vanna White.
Yes. The Monty Hall paradox is a mathematical problem based on a scenario from which game show? Julian.
Blockbusters?
No. Answer, please. No, sorry. Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, okay.
He was the guy before Wayne Brady. Senator Pamela Wallin hosted the Canadian version of which show originally hosted by Regis Philbin in the United States?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That is correct. Religious buildings. What term for a Jewish place of worship?
Synagogue.
Correct, Mark. Originally a church and later an Ottoman mosque?
The Hagia Sophia.
Correct. Structures called stupas, house,
Buddhist.
are...
Buddhism.
Yes, we'll take that. The Parthenon was dedicated
Athena.
to Athena, correct. Events of 1990. 1990 marked the beginning of what scientific project to map
The Human Genome Project?
that's correct, the DNA structure of humans. What is the name of the space telescope that launched in...
HST. Hubble Space Telescope.
That's correct, launched in 1990 and still in operation. What European country began
Germany.
its reunification? 1990, Germany is correct. And finally, what general, known as the strongman of Panama, surrendered to American forces early in 1990?
Oliver North.
No, Manuel Noriega. Fives in the arts. All of the answers contain the number 5. Also called the handful, Alexander Borodin, Modest Mussorgsky, and
The Russian Five?
yes, and Caesar Sui were all part of the Russian 5. Bruce Boxleitner, Tracy Scoggins, and Michael O'Hare all played commanding officers in what television series? Andrew.
Babylon 5.
Is correct. Billy Pilgrim, and Montana Wild Hack
Slaughterhouse 5.
do visit in Slaughterhouse 5. Canadian business moguls. Name either of the 2 Canadians who founded Second Cup.
Smith.
Andrew. No. Martin Grove?
Cup.
No, it's Tom Culligan or Frank O'Day. As well as being a dragon on the show Dragon's Den, which Canadian,
Kevin O'Leary.
no, owns Boston Pizza?
Traveling?
Yes. Who is the founder of Barrick Gold?
Monk.
Yes. Who is the founder of the Four Seasons hotel chain?
Thompson.
No. Martin Grove?
Winter?
And no, it's Isidore Sharp. That's the end of the round. Well done to both teams, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you, everyone. The judges have gone over the challenge and determined it was a mispronunciation of Treliving, so the points have been rolled back, and the score currently sits at Martingrove 140, London 70. Martingrove, you're on my left, so we'll start with you. Your team captain is Paul. Paul, can you introduce your team members, your alternates, and your coach?
Sure. So this is Mark. I'm Paul. This is Isaac, and this is Jonah. And our other team member, not really a backup, he is the starter regular, is Fox over there. Our coach there is Mr. Goldberg, and our inspiration coach there is Will Prowse.
And how do you feel? What's your secret to your success this season?
Man.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Yes. We
Well
work
put, Isaac.
really hard.
Really hard work. Let's have a round of applause for national finalist Martingrove. Facing them is London Central. Julian, introduce your team.
So I'm Julian. Beside me is Andrew Johnston. Beside him is Merlin Byer. And beside him is Jake Clark. Our alternates include Andrew Julal, Joel Navarathanam, Bryce Pratt, Vaughn Murphy, Bill Liu, and John Franchetto. We're coached by Mr. Pizzuti, and some of our great cheerleaders here today include Megan, the parents of Jake, Andrew, and Andrew. Thank you.
And your secret is your success, if anything different than Martingrove's.
Copious amounts of Red Bull.
Fair enough. Okay. Energy drinks it is. Let's go into round two. We're going to start with assigned questions on Greek letters. Mark is on my far left, so he will start first. And if he misses, it will go to Jake, and we'll go from there. Remember, there's no consultation whatsoever. You're going to give the Greek letter that matches each of these clues. Mark, for 10 points. In statistics, it represents the standard deviation.
Delta.
No. Jake?
Delta?
No. Sigma. Yeah. Paul? This letter is used in English to mean a very small quantity.
Epsilon.
No. Merlin? I need an answer, please.
An iota.
Yes, that's iota is correct. Isaac, this Greek letter is also the French word for naked.
Omega.
No, not omega. Andrew?
Rho.
No, nu, or nu, N-U. Jonah, this letter is used in physics to represent wavelength.
Phi.
No, Julian.
Alpha?
No, lambda. We now go to Jake on London Central. This Greek letter is used in physics to represent resistance.
Omega?
Is correct. Merlin for 10. In chemistry, this letter is used to denote particles made of 2 protons and 2 neutrons.
Gamma.
No, that goes to Paul.
Beta?
No, it's alpha. Andrew, in mathematics, this Greek letter represents the golden ratio.
Phi.
Is correct. And finally, Julian for 10. This letter is also a word for a landform at the mouth of a river.
Delta.
Is correct for 10. We now go into the 100-point relay questions, 50 points possible for each team. The category is 6 and 7. London Central will start first. I need a buzz in to confirm your answer. And London Central, specifically, your category includes the number 6 in all of the answers. Number 6 is somewhere in the answers. Here we go. For 10 points, which 1999 M. Night Shyamalan movie starred Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment?
The Sixth Sense.
Is correct. For 10 more, which single by the group Chicago was released in June 1970?
6-shooter?
No, it's called 25 or 6 to 4. Unfortunately, that ends your relay. We'll now go to...
We'll challenge their... Was the answer Sixth Sense?
Yes.
They said Sixth Sense. We'll challenge.
Okay. Well, they're entitled to challenge, so... Okay, Martingrove. The answer in these categories include the number 7. Which chain of convenience stores is named after the store's original operating hours?
7-Eleven.
Is correct. The Western called The Magnificent Seven was based on what Akira Kurosawa movie?
Seven Samurai.
Correct. Which 1957 movie features Max von Sydow playing chess against the Grim Reaper? Answer, please.
7 Circles of Hell.
No, it's The Seventh Seal. We now go to a team question, scramble for 10. What is the largest city in the islands of the Caribbean Sea? Paul.
Havana?
Is correct. Many questions deal with Havana, and they go to Martingrove. In 1898, Havana's harbor was the scene of the sinking of what U.S. battleship?
Maine. USS Maine. Yeah.
In which century was the city's harbor first forfeited by the Spanish?
16th.
Answer, please.
16th.
Correct. What is the Spanish name of the province that is formed by the whole metropolitan area of Havana? Answer, please.
Ciudad de Habana.
Correct. Nice. Scramble for 10 points. Which member of the Monty Python comedy troupe was,
Cleese.
no, I'll finish, was primarily responsible for the show's animated sequences?
Gilliam?
Correct, for 10. Remaining questions deal with Terry Gilliam. Which post-Monty Python movie, directed by Gilliam, is a vision of a dystopian society and stars Jonathan Pryce?
Brazil?
Correct. Which Terry Gilliam movie stars Heath Ledger, Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell, all as the same character?
Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
Correct. Finally, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which faithful servant of King Arthur is played by Terry Gilliam?
Patsy?
Yes. Scramble for 10 points. Complete this quote from Charles M. Schultz. Don't worry about the world coming to an end today. It is already tomorrow in blank. Mark.
Australia.
Is correct. Remaining questions deal with Australia and go to Martingrove. In the board game Risk, how many territories make up the continent of Australia?
4.
Correct. What is the capital of the Australian state of New South Wales?
Adelaide.
No, it's Sydney. Which constellation appears on the flag of Australia?
The Southern Cross.
Correct. Chain snappers to end the round. What is the main element in the composition of the sun? Paul.
Hydrogen.
Correct. What is the atomic number of,
1.
yes, Mark, of hydrogen? Who stars as the character Brooke Davis in the television series One Tree Hill? Julian.
Sophia Bush?
Correct. What does the W represent in George?
Walker.
Correct. W. Bush's name is Walker. In which city did John Walker win the 1,500-meter race in?
New York?
Nope. In the 1976 Olympics.
Montreal.
Correct. Montreal's Emmanuel Shakiri starred with,
You Don't Mess with the Zohan?
yes, with Adam Sandler. That's the end of the round. Well done to both teams. We'll check on the challenges and the points and then come right back. And we're back with round 3. The challenge on the pronunciation of the movie title was denied, so the score stands at Martingrove 270, London 180. Our next category, 40-point open on famous castles for everyone. What is the largest castle in Britain?
Windsor Castle.
Is correct, Windsor Castle. Name the castle near Cork, Ireland, that dates back before the year...
Blarney Castle.
Say it again, sorry?
Blarney Castle.
Yes, that's correct, before the year 1200. Name the medieval castle at Dover in the English...
Cardiff Castle.
No. In the English county of Kent, founded in the 12th century, and described as the key to England because of its strategic position and historical significance. Answer, please.
Canterbury Castle?
No, it's the Dover Castle. Name the castle located in London, England, which is...
Buckingham Palace.
No, I'll finish. Which is dominated by the White Tower, which was the original fortress built by William the Conqueror in 1078.
The Tower of London.
The Tower of London is correct. Clouds is our next category. What white, wispy cloud
Cirrus.
is a cirrus? Yes, formed at altitude from 6,000 to 12,000 meters. What massive cloud form?
Cumulonimbus.
No. Has a flat base, rounded outlines, and is often piled up like a mountain. Answer, please.
Cumulus.
Is correct. Next question. What type of cloud extends over a large area and at altitudes from 600 to 2,100 meters?
Nimbus.
No, or 2,000 to 7,000 feet. Answer, please.
Stratus.
Is correct. Finally, what kind of cloud is typically a rain cloud or thunder?
Cumulonimbus.
No.
Challenge.
No. Oh, sorry, they've accepted that. So, yeah. Standard time zones, appropriate because we have teams from most of Canada here. If you are in Toronto at 12...
1:30.
No. If you're in Toronto at 12 p.m., what time is it in Vancouver?
9 a.m.
No, yeah, 9
p.m.
Answer?
9 p.m.
No, 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
If you are in New York at 6:30 a.m., what time is it in Ottawa? Andrew?
6:30 a.m.
Yeah, same time zone. And finally, if you are in Montreal at 7:45 p.m., what time is it in London,
12:45 a.m.
That's correct. Famous People Hill. All answers begin with the letters H-I-L. That's H-I-L. What nun and scholar, sometimes...
Mother Teresa.
No. Sometimes listed as a saint, though never formally canonized, was a composer, prophet, and author of the first scientific works by a woman in medieval Europe.
Hildegard von Bingen.
Yes, we'll take that. What Canadian-born inventor created the modern electron microscope?
Stratton.
No.
Oh.
Answer, please.
Hillary.
Say it again.
Hillary.
No, Hillier. What English novelist wrote Goodbye, Mr. Chips and Lost Horizon?
Hiller.
No.
Hilroy.
No, Hilton, James Hilton. And finally, what British film actress? No, sorry. Who won an Oscar for Separate Tables, starred in the films such as A Man for All Season, Pygmalion, and Murder on the Orient Express? Answer, please.
Hilroy.
No, Dame Wendy Hiller. Saltwater is our next category. What sea is
The Dead Sea.
No, I'll finish. Is connected to the Atlantic Ocean by the North Channel in the north and St. George's Channel to the south? Answer, please.
Irish Sea.
Is correct. Named after a Dutch explorer, what sea is part?
Tasman Sea.
No, I'll finish. Part of the Arctic Ocean covering the continental shelf north of Norway and western Russia. Answer, please.
Bering.
No, the Barents Sea. And finally, what sea is an arm of the northwestern Pacific Ocean and is bounded by the Kamchatka Peninsula?
The Black Sea.
No, and the Kuril Islands, or Kuril Islands.
Sea of Okhotsk.
Correct. Shootout. Here we go. First question. What bird has the highest known metabolic, sorry?
The hummingbird.
Yes. What mythological beast has the head of a man, body?
The Centaur.
No, I'll finish. Body of a lion and tail and feet of a dragon.
Manticore.
Is correct, Jonah. Well done. Beginning with the letter E as in Edgar, what is the name of the branch of philosophy that emphasizes?
Epistemology.
No, the importance of sense experience.
Empiricism.
Yes. What was Cleopatra's ethnicity? Andrew.
Greek.
Pardon me?
Greek.
Is correct. What metal is the best conductor?
Aluminum.
No, I'll finish. Of electricity.
Tungsten.
No, silver. What Nazi war criminal was known as the Butcher of Lyon? Jake.
Adolf Eichmann.
No. Anyone over here? No, it's Klaus Barbie. In Greek mythology, who is the personified goddess of the rainbow? Isaac.
Isis.
No.
Iris.
Correct. In what 20th century decade did Richard Nixon resign?
70s.
That is correct, the President of the United States. You win the Shootout, London. And we'll be back in a minute for our 90-second speed round and wrap up the season. Thank you. And we go to our final snappers. The score is 340 for Martingrove and 270 for London. Everything's still to play for. I'll get through as many quick-fire questions as we can in 90 seconds. May I have the clock, please? In what U.S. state was musician Bruno Mars born? Andrew.
New Orleans.
No.
New York.
No, Hawaii. What is the Spanish word for water? Jake.
Agua.
Yes. What is the capital of Azerbaijan?
Baku.
Yes. Who is credited with the following quote, "I am not young enough to know everything"? Merlin. No,
Socrates.
sorry.
Einstein.
No, Wild. What is the motto of Barbados? No.
Don't go to Cuba.
Sorry.
Rihanna.
Julia?
Rihanna.
No, Pride and Industry. What is the Spanish word for stone? Yes. No, sorry.
Estonia.
No, piedra. What is the official motto of the British monarch in England?
I am the
No,
God Save the Queen.
no, God in my right. What French explorer founded Port Royal, Nova Scotia, and then?
Deschamps.
Yes. In 1869, the first dinosaur egg fossils were discovered in what?
Alberta.
No, country. Answer?
Canada.
No, France. The illiterate loiterer and clannish servant Speed appears in which Shakespearean?
Also that ends well.
No, comedy.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
No, Two Gentlemen of Verona. At the Vatican, when the new pope is elected, it is announced.
White smoke.
With white smoke, yes. In military history, which Nazi field marshal was known as the Desert?
Rommel.
Yes. As a result of his 3 16th century voyages, which explorer gave legitimacy?
Cartier.
Yes. What is the capital of Australia?
Canberra.
Yes. And that's the end of the game. Well done to both teams. And our final unofficial score is Martingrove 380, London 300. Congratulations, Martingrove. And congratulations to our 2014 champions, Martingrove Collegiate Institute. There you go, guys. This is for you. But do you have anything you want to say on behalf of your team?
Thank you, Mr. Goldberg.
And well put. Congratulations, Martingrove. That's yours for the year. Enjoy.